Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I'm going to do a tutorial that is actually kind of like an updated tutorial. You guys might remember a tutorial I did maybe about a year ago, and it was on how to get some Vogue inspired tones. So I'm going to do an updated tutorial on that in Lightroom. And they're going to be different tones overall as well. So these are also inspired by Vogue magazine. I did get a request for this in one of my recent videos, and I thought, yeah, it's about time I maybe update that particular tutorial. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do a really simple edit in Lightroom today as well. So we're going to start off with the temperature just over on this side here. We're going to move that over to 5, 8, 10. Now this is going to be different on any photo that you edit. So I would say just move it in the general direction that I'm moving the slider in, but it just depends on the photo that you've got. So I'm moving it over to 5, 8, or 9 would do. I'm just going by the numbers that I've written down previously as to what I'm putting in the boxes. Okay, and the tint will be +4 on the pink side. So we're adding a little bit more warmth into the image overall and a little bit more of a pink undertone. Now I've noticed with a lot of Vogue's images they do have that pink or blue undertone, so I'm trying to stick within that theme. So next thing we'll just move the exposure up to maybe about 0.24 at this stage. We'll see how that goes. Contrast will be at +38. So we'll have quite a bit of contrast in there. We might just bring down the exposure just to +12 instead. Okay, and now we're going to move the highlights up to +26. And we're going to move the shadows to -2. So this is just kind of getting the lighting right in the image. A lot of Vogue's images either have quite high contrast or they've got quite low contrast. There's not a lot in between, I've noticed, with a lot of the photos, but I mean obviously it's such a broad, what I'm taking my inspiration from here is such a broad thing, so anything could really be considered Vogue tones, I guess, but this is just kind of like the images that I've really loved over the years and the inspiration that I'm kind of taking from them. Clarity we're going to go down to next, and we're going to move that up to +12. And vibrance we're going to move to -5, just to kind of make sure the colors aren't popping out too much overall. And saturation is the same, so we're going to move that down to -2. And now we're going to go down to where the colors are. So we'll go to hue first. And we'll move the reds to -33. And that's going to really change a lot of the reds in the image to more of a pink undertone. We're going to move the oranges to +2, giving it a little bit more of a yellow undertone. And we're going to move yellows to -27. So that's going to give it a more of an orange shade. And we're going to move greens to -2, aqua to -4. We're not going to touch blue or purple, and we're going to move magenta to -4 as well. And now we'll go to the saturation. So reds we're going to move to -20. So we're going to really take out that strong colouring and make it a little bit softer. Oranges we're going to move to -7. Yellow we're going to move to -7 as well. We're going to leave green, aqua, blue and purple at 0, and we'll move magenta to -16. Luminance we're going to leave that all the same, so we won't touch that. We will have a go down to split toning, and we're going to move the hue to 37 degrees. Just type it in the box. So after we've moved that to 37, we're going to up the saturation to 12. And the color we've chosen is a bit more of a yellow kind of base color, so that's going to add a bit more warmth into certain areas, mainly within the highlights. The shadows, we're going to change the hue to 227. And then we're going to move the saturation to 44. And this is definitely more of a blue purple kind of undertone, which is definitely what we want. As I said before, there was a lot of images that I've seen in Vogue that have that blue pink undertone or a purple undertone, so I think sticking within that theme is kind of good. And then really all we're going to do is just up the sharpening a little bit. And that's pretty much the final look. I'm just going to move down maybe a little bit of contrast, a little bit less, maybe to plus 33. And the highlights down just slightly as well. Alright, so that's pretty much the finished look overall. I'm going to show you guys what the original was. So I'm just going to show you guys the before and after view here. So as you can see, we've added more of a blue, pink and purple tone into this image here, but still keeping a bit of the warmness in the skin tone. This was a little bit flatter here as well, so we've definitely upped the contrast, upped the brightness overall, and come up with these colorings. Alright guys, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you found it helpful. If there's anything you want to request, just let me know because I'm always up for doing requests. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!